welcome to the Create a Smile blog hop and also the next installment in my 2014 holiday card series. Today I'm going to be using this super cute stamp by Create a Smile Stamps. This one is called Your View, and I just think it's such a neat stamp set. You get this little window and all these different little critters and weather and different types of things that you can add into the scene to make it look as though you're looking out the window, and I just love it. So I'm super excited to use it today. Today we're going to be making a little snowy window, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the one that I have completed for this card. It's a little acetate window that's going to become a shaker card, but it has that nice frosted look, so that it looks like a winter morning where, you know, the snow has condensed on the edges of the window. So I'm going to show you how to do that first, because that does need a little bit of time to dry. So we're going to take a little piece of acetate, and I have just cut that down to be slightly larger than the window here. And then we're going to take some multimedia matte from Ranger and some white glitter, and I just have mine in this little Rubbermaid tin here. So I'll go ahead and open that up and get it ready. Alright, so as far as the multimedia matte, I'm just going to take a little bit here and squirt it right onto my work surface. Okay. And then you're just going to take your finger and kind of swirl it around in a thin layer, not too thin. I mean, you want to leave enough adhesive for that glitter to stick, but you don't want it to take forever to dry. So just going to go in all around. Okay, just adding that area where the window will frost up. Kind of clean up the edges if you can. Okay, just adding the last bit of glue there. Okay, and when you have all that, you can go ahead and grab a baby wipe and clean up that multi-medium. And then we're just going to take our glitter and holding it from the center so we don't wipe any off, we're just going to go ahead and dip the edges into the glitter. Okay, and then just tap off the back. And if you got a little bit in there, see I touched it a little bit, you can still get that off while it's wet, especially because it's on the acetate. It's nice and smooth, so you can just scrape that away with your fingernail. And then once you have your window the way you like it, you can just set that one aside to dry. So we're going to be using the snowman image today. So I've gone ahead and stamped him out on a scrap of white Spectrum Noir cardstock with some black memento ink. And I'm just going to begin coloring him here. I'm going to grab my OR1 Spectrum Noir marker and color in his little carrot nose. And then I'll shade that with the OR2. And that's such a small area that I don't even need to blend. If I want to do a really high contrast, I can even go in with the OR3 right at the very bottom. We'll do a BG8 and color in the little coal on his belly. And I'll take a BG9 and just kind of dab that at the bottom to add some shading there. I'm going to take a DR3 marker and we'll color in his hat. We're going to give him a red hat for a pop of color today. Okay. I'm going to grab the DR6. Add some shading there. And maybe even a little DR7 right at the back to just darken that up and make an even greater contrast. I'm going to leave the band for now because when reds are wet they bleed easily, so we don't want to add any other colors in there. But I'm going to move on to the snowman's body, and for that I'm going to use some BT2. Just add a little light shading. Trying to stay away from that hat, just go right underneath it. And I'll just blend that out with the BT1, just a little bit there. Just want to make him look frosty, not blue. So, adding just a little bit of color back here because I'm not sure where he's going to cut off on our card yet. Now I can go back to that little band, and let's see, I think we'll use some LG3. And add a little LG5. Okay, and our snowman is done. Now I'm going to take some tumbled glass distress ink and an ink blending foam, and I'm just going to start on the edges here where I'm going to cut that away and just kind of add some light color, kind of going towards the snowman but not overlapping. And then before I put that away, I'm going to grab the snowflake stamp from that set, which is right here, and I'm just going to ink that up in that same tumbled glass distress ink and just add a light sprinkling of snowflakes all around. There we go. And now we can set that distress ink aside. Alright, so now it's time to fill our shaker portion of the card. So I've gone ahead and added a small pile of that same glitter right over the snowman there. I'm also going to take some of the 4mm sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh, and I'm just going to add those right to our pile there. There's a couple of the 4 and 1 or 2 of the 6mm in there as well. I'm also going to take a couple of snowflakes from Wow and just add not too many because we don't want it to be too full. So, okay. And now we can peel off the foam tape, and I've doubled that up. Just cut it in really thin strips and then doubled that up on the back. And then we can take that and line it up right where we want it. And then just press that into place. Okay. And there's our little shaker elements there. So now I'm going to just trim off the excess around that. Okay, so for my card base, I've got a piece of Dove Gray cardstock from W+9 Designs, and I folded that into a standard size portrait style card. And I've trimmed out 2 pieces of pattern paper to be slightly smaller than that. I actually have cut these with my scissors rather than my trimmer this time. I have been noticing a trend where people have been hand cutting their papers, and I think it just adds a really nice touch of whimsy to a card. So I decided to give it a try. So I'm going to begin with this snowflake pattern, and I'm going to kind of tilt this a little bit to the right. But before I press that into place, I'm going to grab my second piece here. Okay, and once I'm happy with that, I'll just press that into place. Right, so now we have our little shaker element here, and I've added some score tape to the back of that just to make it easy to adhere. And I'm going to go ahead and line that up. Okay, I just want to keep that a little bit over to the right because I'm going to be adding this curtain here, which I have stamped with the left side curtain from the set. And I've stamped that onto some pattern paper, and then I've adhered that to some cardstock just to give it some more stability. And then I've added a double layer of foam adhesive on the left side there where it's going to overlap, and then just a dot of ATG where it's going to stick to the frame. And once I'm happy with that, I can push that down into place. So now all we just have to do is add our sentiment, and I'm going to be doing the joy and peace. So for that, I'm going to be using some Memento Luxe ink in the love letter. I just want to ink that up really well, make sure I have really good coverage. Okay, and I just went ahead and flipped that sentiment around on my block so that I don't run into the window as I'm trying to stamp that down. Okay, so I'm going to just line that up right underneath the window. And then for the second half of the sentiment, I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black so I can get a really crisp impression. And then I'm going to line that up right underneath and stamp that down. To finish things up, I'm going to add a couple more sequins to the front of the card. And I'm just going to add another little dab of that multimedia matte from Ranger to an acrylic block. And then I will take my little sequins and just dab those into the glue, and then we'll just adhere those. And that completes our card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go over and check out the Create a Smile blog for the full list of video hop participants. And they'll be giving away lots of prizes, so you definitely want to head over there. And also, I will be giving away a free stamp set from Create a Smile on my blog, Christy Gets Crafty, so be sure to head over there and check that out. And stay tuned for more videos in my 2014 holiday card series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.